the following presentation of the National Football League. Please welcome your 2026 Philadelphia Eagles.
This ain't what you want.
Just about set for a start. Happy to have you with us, and we are underway here on Thursday Night Prime Time. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The second-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
Tremendous production in college at two different universities, and this is a guy who was a finalist for a Heisman Trophy. Still much more of a runner than a thrower, but has plenty of arm and is capable of making the big throws downfield. And don't underestimate his ability to think the game. Remember, he's the son of a coach. We'll have to see what kind of looks this defense is going to throw at him as this game moves along, but they're in a zone to start. I do think we'll see plenty of man coverage as we move along, but the first throw of this one, incomplete.
They run with a dangerous Saquon Barkley. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. At 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd.
3rd and long always tilts to the defense. And I just remember as a player how many times it was hammered into my head. Know where the sticks are and get him down in front of it. But sometimes what happens is you worry about where that is much more than the person who has the ball. And on that play, they didn't have enough focus on him. And somehow he turned a short pass into a first down.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. On the sneak, it's Hurts. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the first down.
And as we say often, shows confidence in your offensive line. Play action. Here's Hurts. And this is incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, out of back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Hurts. This will be caught by Brown. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That's good for a first down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Fires the quick slant. A.J. Brown's got it. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
First down. 1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
They'll try and run forward with Barkley. And a little bit of space there, takes it inside the 5 to the 3. They give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal.
It's largely been the air attack that's gotten them down here, but now is where you start to lean on that running game. That's a good pickup there on 1st and goal.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. In motion, the tight end. Hurts. Throw right side, caught by Goddard, the tight end. Touchdown, Eagles. Jalen Hurts on target to Dallas Goddard. And the Eagles put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. Quite the drive there to get things started. They took up the bulk of the first quarter, and they end up in the end zone.
And I love your last point. Ended up in the end zone. Because a lot of teams like those long drives, especially to keep their offense off the field, right? Keep the ball away from them. But they finished it with a touchdown. That's the exclamation point. Now flip it over defensively. They've got to slow that down somehow, right? Maybe they need to be a little more aggressive. Maybe a few more pressures towards the quarterback.
Elliott good with a PAT. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. And they will be led out by their 6'4 quarterback.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yards with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now.
And now off to the races down the right side. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
Illegal blocking the ball. Offense.
Brutal, so take away the long touchdown.
It's a cruel game sometimes, partner.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. And Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2. Looking to put a drive together as they finally get their chance on offense, 1st and 10. He's back to throw here to start the drive. Open man is Noah Brown. And he's brought down. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
They run. Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Jalen Carter in on that tackle.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels. This is Ertz on the pitch and catch. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And now we've got a 3rd and 3.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
3rd and 3. Here's Daniels. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Would have been a decently long field goal, 51 yards from here, but instead they're going to go for it. They'll run for it with Krosky-Merritt. So they fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. Thought they might throw the football with a little chunk that they had remaining on 4th down, but they ran it, they got it.
And the reason they were able to get it done, he ran that play with conviction, didn't he? Understood he would get a little bit of help from his friends up front, but it was really on him to go ahead and make the power move and get it done, and that he did.
Now Daniels going to keep it. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
Throwing now is Daniels. Now he's going to step up and run. Now the ball comes loose. And he's in. Touchdown, Commanders. And that's got to be so disappointing for a defense. You force the fumble, think you got a chance at a turnover, and instead, not only do you give up the football, you also give up a touchdown as well.
Yeah, you just think to yourself, you've done all the hard work, right? You forced the fumble, but when they didn't come up with it, I think they relaxed a little bit or maybe lost their focus as well, and it ended up turning out to be a touchdown against them.
Jake Moody now for the point after. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And to cap it off, a touchdown run of 20 yards. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Able to slither by. And he won't quite make it to the 25. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their 2nd drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Throwing is Hurts. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Open left side is Brown. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Looking for A.J. Brown again, and he's got it again. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that will bring up second down. Hurts sets up to throw it. Now he'll tuck this and run. And this time not quite to the 30. He'll be down at the 31-yard line. Hurts dangerous when he runs that football. He's got a first.
As he came to the line of scrimmage, he knew he didn't need much to reset the chain. So when he saw the space he needed, no hesitation. He went to the marker and got his guys a first down.
Here's Hurts to throw. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
It sort of looks like they stopped some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Now a 2nd and 10. They'll set up a throw. Now Hurts is going to do it himself. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Back to throw. Now Hurts is going to do it himself. And he will not make it to that imaginary yellow line as they get him to the ground at about the 23. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They'll run forward, Barkley. And trying to push his way forward, but I think he's going to be short. And he is short. Saquon Barkley denied on 4th down. And that will force a turnover on downs. And defensively, they were ready for that. A full-on blitz on 4th down, and they stop him short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
Now Daniel's going to keep it. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
Washington.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. To the air goes Daniels. On the throw, let him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Well, congratulations to them. They come through defensively with another stop. And let's face it, this secondary, they've gone unchallenged so far in the first half.
Here's 2nd and 10. Daniels looking to throw. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half.
It's a gain of 8. And it brings up 3rd
by the Lux Nessa up the highest metric. The city just made a sweep with the diabetic. They mouth get full of deceit. Let these cowards tell it. Walking New Orleans with the indicator.
2 yards still to go. Third down now. Now Daniels. He's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
They gave it a shot with a deep pass, but it wasn't going to work there. And now there's less time for them to try and get 3 before the half. Let's see what they dial up on this next snap.
And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on fourth down. He's going deep for Brown. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So halftime is upon us on Thursday night primetime, and we go off to Orlando. And Scott Hansen for our halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Scott Hansen here with an abridged version of the halftime report. Both offenses still trying to find their way. Tight, competitive game, though, as we are tied at the half. To find out who will come out on top, let's rejoin our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Scott, thank you very much. We are ready to get started here with the second half. Set and ready to go for the second half. One touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. The Commanders up first on offense as we begin this third quarter. Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one. And we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee-wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
To throw is Daniels. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Now Daniels going to keep it. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
And a Washington first down. It's a gain of 23 yards. And the Washington first down.
Bottom line is that he is just something else as a runner because there are not many QBs in this league who can rip off a game that big, and he did it with the defense giving him a little extra attention after he hit him on a run earlier this series.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the keeper there. It'll be second and a couple.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it, and while he didn't get a first down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
Out to the flat, that's complete to his running back. 2 yards on the pickup there. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Daniels going to try to sneak. And he's going to have a Commander's first down, at least at first glance, as he'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
It's been a good drive so far. They just wanted to keep it going, so they call low-risk, low-reward play. No one's worried about picking up big yardage here. Quarterback sneak, keep the chains moving, and pick up another first down.
On first down, it's Krosky Merritt. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, second down. He can rack up those tackles in bunches in the run game from that middle linebacker spot.
And what he has to do is make sure he congratulates the guys in front and tells them thanks a lot, because as the guy in the middle, the Mike linebacker, you're counting on your front three, your front four, front five, whatever you've got in front of you to take up all the blocking, allow you to roam and hit. And that's what he did on that play.
That one goes for 24 yards.
24 yards. That's another Washington first down.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
On first and goal, they'll try the option left. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain there as he kept it himself at second down. Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so he didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
Now receiver in motion left. Daniels with a give to Krosky Merritt. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. Now we get a stoppage because, as you can see, a member of the Commanders in some obvious discomfort. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes third and goal. Working out of the gun, Daniels. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington. A great play there. Laying himself out in the end zone. And the Commanders have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Extra point try now for Moody. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it's finished off by a Terry McLaurin touchdown. So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. Well, Charles, you and I said at intermission, feels like we're set up for a good second half. Well, the other side scored, and now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here with their first drive of the second half?
Well, bottom line is they just saw the ball go in the end zone against their defense, and they saw what good offense looks like. They believe they've got a good offense as well. Run the best plays you've got to the top performers you have, and try to move that ball down the field for an answering score.
Looking to throw on second down. Hurts. That is caught. It's the tight end Goddard. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
It's a nice zone breaker right there. Take the tight end, move him out to the slot, then have him run a corner route versus the zone coverage, which means he's going to be behind the shallow coverage and ahead of the deep coverage, put the ball right on him.
Welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Eagles behind on the scoreboard, but with the football here as we start the fourth quarter. They'll run the jet sweep with Brown. And that is well read there defensively. He was looking to use his speed to get the edge, but they said no way. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
As a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hip, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, any caused incompletion is good for a defense. But when you add to it, you get a little hit on the quarterback, knock him to the ground, make him think a little bit, hopefully knock him off his game, especially in a game of this magnitude, this tight in the fourth quarter. Got to feel pretty good as a defense.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. They'll look at Washington as they come onto the field. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays, they're going to gain yardage, how would you say, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal? End the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 15 yards the pickup. 1st down, Washington.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. We've seen him escape similar situations earlier in the game and get away for pretty good yardage, and that time they get him down.
Yeah, they've had enough evidence that he can get away and run for good yardage, haven't they? That time it felt like, okay, enough of this. Let's play it the right way and get him on the ground before he does any damage.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their 1st time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Daniels. And he completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And his defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for the 1st time tonight. It'll be a net of 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt, 3-yard return, and it will be Eagles football 1st and 10. Hurts and the Eagles now down 14-7, 2:16 to play. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Hurts. Now they go screen. It's complete. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
Number 26, Saquon Barkley. Brings up 3rd down.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And Barkley did not get there.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. Another big play in a game that's had plenty of them. 4th and 2. They'll try and run the option. And I don't think he got there. He did not. They stop him a yard shy. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And Washington will take control of the football in great field position.
They won't, and offensively, your challenge, should you choose to accept it, take care of the football and run out the clock. They can't just go and turtle, as we like to call it, just tuck in and just sit on the ball here. Try and get that 1st down and finish the game off.
They'll start with the option. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. They'll get that one out quickly to Brown. And he will have a Commander's 1st down, and that should just about do it.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee. So it's Washington getting the victory here.
And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the 1st quarter, but 2nd, 3rd, and 4th quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you can win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like, almost like if you say baseball, and the pitcher goes through the lineup the first time and the hitters get to see him, and then they come out after that and the bats start blazing, right? I think they saw their best stuff in the 1st quarter and just shut everything down from that point on. What a great, convincing performance.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. From Philadelphia, good night, everybody.